Rama 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 भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु।
know after one more session of Nama chanting, Nama Sankirtan, the powerful presence of our Bhagwan, we were able to offer our Nama Pushpas at his holy feet. And before we submit today's prayers, I would like to say that this session of satsangs is drawing to a close today. We have had enough and more food for contemplation by way of Leelas of Bhagwan, the glory of his Nama, and Bhagwan's teachings that he lived, not picked up from any book. It is time for us to go through at least some of them again and again and contemplate. There are two types of meditation. One is concentrating on the form or the name. It's one-pointed concentration, either on the name or on the form. The other is contemplative meditation, where you take up an idea, sit in a place quietly, and allow thoughts about this to flow from the depths. And you would be surprised when you get to the root of these ideas, what a revelation it is. Let us not forget, as Bhagwan has been dinning into our head, God is the only goal of life. No matter where you are based, in what part of the world, in what culture you are rooted, what religion you follow, what walk of life you live in, God is the goal of your life. If you want, you can replace God by your true nature. Now for that, two things are very, very important. One is the purification of the mind. The other is concentration. When these two have reached a high level, Atma Vichara takes place, happens. They happen by themselves. Atma Vichara is, at one point, the divine begins to reveal itself all by itself. It doesn't wait for you to ask even. You find yourself going into the depths of the very being, and then there is no one else but you. This happens. You don't have to struggle. And again, the Kundalini rise will happen. That is the meditation. I wouldn't say Kundalini. Kundalini can rise, even by an accident. Or somebody might touch you and then it would respond. Whatever it is, this Raja Yoga is very dangerous. It can even cause mental derangement if there is nobody to control this energy, which is like a storm. Just imagine a storm passing through a kutir. What will happen to the kutir? So, again, one needs to be very cautious there. and one needs a guru's watchful attention all the time. Whereas the purification by Nama chanting is harmless, very pleasant and easy. It is the easiest. Every Nama does its transforming work, does its purificatory work. So, remembering God can be remembering the Nama. So let us all chant the name ceaselessly, knowing that every Nama of the Divine that we utter is purifying us. What is this purification? As you keep on chanting the name with love, you find your anger, jealousy, fear, grief, self-pride, desire for everything that you see, comparing oneself with others, all this will slowly decrease in intensity, and Nama would finally make you sattvic. That is the idea behind it. And you keep on chanting the name repeatedly. Papa Ramdas chanted the Ram Nam for 3 years, ceaseless chanting. He practiced one more thing. It is the practice of surrender. He himself says it is not exactly surrender. He said, I remember God is inside me. Ram is not outside, he is inside me. He is inside everybody. He is both inside and outside. So 2 things that he said, he practiced. One is the ceaseless Nama chanting. The other is going inside, knowing that he is inside. And outside, practicing surrender. This practicing surrender, you can only try. Faith, we can only try. We have to keep on trying and trying and trying. Let us remember at this moment what Bhagwan said very clearly when he spoke about his own sadhana. He said after Papa Ramdas gave him the mantra, the Ram Nam, he went into solitude and began to chant. Papa Ramdas said, chant this mantra all the 24 hours. He said it came into him like a dagger, pierced the Maya, and he began chanting and chanting. And then he told me, Devaki, not that this beggar could do it all the 24 hours like Papa Ramdas said, but this beggar was trying and trying and trying. And aside he said, Devaki, this trying is sadhana. You see, we can only try, but try we must. We have to try and try and try and keep on trying. This trying is true sadhana, and knowing that my very trying is purifying me. So at some Nama, someday, the truth will stand revealed to us in all its infinite glory. And then you would find the well-rooted Maya that I am the body would die irreversibly. And what remains is the pure awareness, the Parabrahman, the only God, So we all have to strive for this. But then even if God is not the goal, remembrance of God's name is very important even to lead the life that's given to us. For everything we need grace. Without grace, we cannot be successful in anything. The self-effort must meet the grace. The grace would meet the self-effort. Everybody knows the story of the two birds, the titiba birds. In any case, it's worth repeating now, worth remembering again, because this is a concluding session. The two birds lived very happily, and the female bird laid eggs on the shore of an ocean. Now when they had gone out in search of food, there was a huge wave in the ocean which just washed over the shore, and with it took away the eggs also. So by the time the two birds returned, they found the eggs gone. To their great dismay and shock, they knew that the eggs had gone into the ocean. They just could not think of living without the eggs. And they talked among themselves, okay, only the ocean has taken it. Let us dry up the ocean and take back the eggs. They vowed to each other they would try and try and try until the ocean gets dry. They could take back the eggs. So they started very determinedly and vigorously. Every attempt, how could they dry up? Each one, the birds have a very small beak. So every time, both the birds, all through the day, would take a beakful of water, throw it on the shore. Beakful after beakful after beakful of water. This went on. In the meantime, there were many passersby who would drop in just to mock at them. Hey, have you no brain? What are you doing? How can you dry up this ocean, the huge, the vast and deep ocean? How can you reach out the eggs? You are being very stupid. They just put up with all that and said, it doesn't matter, we would try. And then they tried and tried and tried. Years rolled by. They became thin because the very trying will intensify your trying. So there will be more trying, a deeper trying. The sadhana will get intensified if you are determined, if you persist, not listening to others, but be single-minded and determination. You do the hard work, you are sure to achieve any result. So they stopped listening to others. They became only more and more determined. And at one point, a Mahatma passed by. Now they were very tired. They had been trying for so many years. And then the ocean is still so vast, so deep. It doesn't look any different. What to do? They talked among themselves. And when this Mahatma came on the scene, they were very happy. They ran to him and said, Swami, look, we have been trying for so many years. Nothing seems to happen. Please bless us. But this Mahatma also smiled and made fun of them and called them very stupid. They become skin and bones. and they have tried for so many years, nothing has happened. Why would they continue? Stop all this nonsense. Go live happily. You will get other eggs. They got so wild. We thought you were a Mahatma and you were going to help us, but this is all you can say, like an ordinary man. We don't want your blessings. We don't care if we should die in the attempt. We would pursue. We don't mind dying in the pursuit. You go away from me. Go away. We don't want you. And then they began to try even more vigorously and rigorously. And then this Mahatma returned, smiled, and then said, "My children, wait." And then he put out his hand. His hand grew and grew and grew. It went deep into the ocean and it brought out the eggs. You can imagine the happiness of the birds. They had struggled on and on all these years, all through the years. And they finally were well rewarded by the divine. This is what is symbolic of our sadhana and sadhya. That is, every nama that you chant is like taking a beak full of water, throwing it on the shore with the idea of drying up the ocean. Every nama that you chant is taking you one step forward towards God. But still, it's a mammoth task. By chanting just 108 times a day, you can get nowhere. Like the birds, you have to make it day and night, all the 24 hours. You must keep trying. You can only try, and that you must. And as you go on trying and trying, struggling and struggling, it invokes a huge grace from the divine, and then the grace comes forward. Like we have been seeing so many stories all these months. And the grace does the work. And so you see, we have to keep on chanting the name, knowing that every nama counts, every nama is purifying you, and we should not stop to see how much you have done, how much more to go. And never compare yourself with others. This spiritual path is highly individualistic. One should not compare oneself with others. So just keep on chanting, chanting, chanting. And one day, meditation will happen. Just as it happened to Papa Ramdas, after 3 years of chanting, he was also trying out. He called everybody Ram. And what was more, he was going deep inside. At one point, he was not able to sleep at all in the night. And calling everybody as Ram, he began to see Ram everywhere. And one day, when he just sat there, he went into deep meditation. There was no struggle. Meditation happened. This is an automatic process. So, patiently, every achievement needs patience, hard work and determination, even if it is off the world. So let us keep trying, let us keep remembering Bhagwan's Nama all the time, knowing that the grace is very responsive. The grace is helping us all the time, guiding us and protecting us from Maya, from all evils of the body and the mind. And let's go about our everyday life as an instrument in the hands of our Gurudev, Like I said yesterday and this morning in Tamil, it is our Guru or God who is seated inside, activating our very breath and the body. So we are only machines in the hands, we are only puppets in the hands of this divine puppeteer. Knowing this, at least intellectually understanding it, let us practice the sense of being an instrument in the hands of the divine. If you cannot think that He is doing everything to you, through you, He is doing your role. At least think to offer everything to Him. I cannot help thinking that I am thinking. I cannot help thinking that I am talking. I cannot help thinking that I am doing. Okay, but whatever I think, I can offer to Him. Whatever I speak, be it good or bad, I can offer it to Him. Whatever actions I do, I can offer it to Him. So let's keep offering our thought, word and deed all through the day. And if not all through the day, at least in the night before you go to bed, you say, Bhagwan, whatever I thought all through the day, whatever I spoke, whatever I did, be it good or bad, I know that they have come from you, you are the source. But I cannot help thinking that I have done it, so I am offering it to you. They are all yours, but it is not yet the truth for me, and therefore I am offering them all to you. I am offering myself to you at your feet. In the morning when you get up, you can say to Bhagwan, Bhagwan, thank you for my still breathing. Anything could have happened to me in the night, but I find myself still healthy. I find myself breathing and alive. Thank you. I have the whole day ahead. Please be with me all through the day in my thoughts, in my words, in my actions. Please guide me, help me, protect me all through the day. Let me go about my everyday life with the awareness that you are with me. And in the night, you offer everything to Him, so that your karmic sheet of the day will be clean. It's only when you own up your actions, you have to suffer the consequences of the action. So don't own up anything. Give it back to the true owner. With this attitude, let us keep on trying day after day after day, all through life. We don't have to go into a forest. You don't have to come and settle down in a place like Tiruvannamalai, wherever we are. Because Bhagwan often said, God has already placed us suitably where the spiritual progress would be maximum for us. When you begin to think that it doesn't suit you anymore, and if He agrees with you, He would Himself transfer you to another place. So Bhagwan said, whatever happens at any moment is the best that can happen to you at that moment. Do not ever think there's a better alternative anywhere. Whatever life brings to you, be it a joy or sorrow, it is the best that can happen to you in order to push you towards God, in order to serve the purpose of life, which is God. So remembering this, we shall always pray to Bhagwan for constant remembrance of His name, and to go about our daily life wherever we are placed as an instrument in His hand, and if not, let us keep offering everything thought, word and deed to Him. And let's always be grateful to Him for everything. For our very breathing, we have to be grateful to Him. And today's prayer for the whole world, Bhagwan, we pray again and again for you to bestow a huge grace upon the world in order to free itself from the clutches of this dreadful virus. Please bring back a dharmic normalcy to the world and remove the grief and fear from the hearts of people and stop the spread of the disease. Enter the medicine so that it would work. And all those brave soldiers who are laboring selflessly for the sake of the others, fighting the disease, please give them protection and all-round welfare. And of course, the much-needed boost to the falling economy and support all the measures towards its improvement. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.